It's hard to believe that we haven't been together for over 14 months. Last time we saw each other was on March 7th, 2020 at our year-end basketball banquet. There were 105 parents, players, coaches, and basketball enthusiasts in attendance. Who would have thought that would have been the last dinner, meeting, celebration of more than 10 people? And just think, there was no trace contact information at the door, no masks, no social distance. We shook hands, we hugged, we put our arms around each other for photos, and it might be the last event you will ever go to in your life where you will have a self-serve buffet. But believe it or not, it was only 7 days later, on March 14th, 2020, the province ordered all St. Patrick's Day celebrations, all restaurants, bars, gyms, hair salons, resorts, outdoor playgrounds, provincial parks, dentists' office, and many more businesses to be closed. The financial, emotional, and social impact has been felt by everyone. We all missed out on birthday parties, graduations, weddings, funerals, and just hanging out with our friends. And of course, with the shutdown came the closure of all BC school sports. So immediately, Spring League basketball games and practices were canceled. Throughout the summer, we as coaches and administration were hopeful that something would resume in the fall. And if not by the fall, at least a short season starting in January. But with the second and even third wave of COVID-19 and transmission numbers on the rise, there is still no basketball. We're still hopeful with the vaccine rollout and summer coming that infections will drop dramatically and we will have a 21-22 season. MC and I have missed all of you and the sport of basketball. It has left a huge void in our lives. We would usually spend 12 hours a week from September to November on basketball, and then about 30 hours a week from November to March during the height of the season. Although we are not allowed to meet or practice this season, I hope you realize that you are still a senior Lady Marauder. You have each been an important part of the basketball program at Pitt over these last 5 years. We felt it was very important to get together as a team and celebrate and show our appreciation to you for your time, hard work, and dedication to the basketball program. We would like to thank you and your parents for the respect and support you have shown for the team and the school. Basketball is a very demanding sport, and we expect full commitment on all players' parts. You should be very proud of your years at Pitt Meadows Secondary School as a Lady Marauder. Many girls have the dream to play, but few can actually work hard enough to make those dreams a reality. A good example of this is the fact that 24 of your classmates came out to tryouts in grade 8. After 6 practices, there were, how many girls left? 19. 19 decided to join the grade 8 girls team. Of those 19, 10 returned to the junior level, and now there are only 7. 7 girls who actually put blood, sweat, and tears into the team. Usually, as we celebrate, we talk about the season we had and our accomplishments. But this year, since we didn't play, it's hard to give a season recap. However, let's be honest. We know we would have won the St. Pat's tournament. We would have had a good time in Victoria. And don't even get me started about the trip to Orlando that might have happened. After Christmas, we would have won our home tournament, beat Ridge and SRT in league, and walked to our second Fraser North Championship, then off to the BCs to the Langley Event Centre for our top 5 finish in the province. And I'm quite serious, that is how the season would have unfolded. It's unfortunate that your parents and fellow teammates are unable to be here to celebrate with you today and your accomplishments. I'd like to acknowledge and thank your parents for all their support and time they've put into the Pitt Meadows basketball program. Without the help of your parents, we would not have the program that we have. Your parents put so much work into the program, such as selling duck tickets, running the concession, helping out with bottle drives, running pub nights, driving players to and from practices, selling poinsettias, chocolates, chicken, pies, donuts, working together to help create a bigger and tighter basketball community. I encourage you to thank your parents. They are your biggest fans. We'd also like to thank the administration, and especially Cheryl Swartz, for her support. And we'd also like to congratulate her and a little sorry as well as she moves on to Ridge. But thank you for all your support over the years. So thank you again for your 5 years of great memories that we have shared. We wish you the best in the future. Please stay in touch, and I look forward to beating you in the grad game. So that would have been the beautiful senior girls speech at the end of whatever at the banquet. And then now I'd like to do just our graduation. So every year, usually we, you missed out on a lot, right? Because we didn't have the whole season. So you missed out on the grad game and then our season and then our last home game, usually towards the middle of February. We have our last home game where we recognize the grads and we give you flowers and chocolate. So we do have your flowers and chocolates somewhere. So in the flowers and chocolate thing, that's been done. We kind of picked that up from Mr. Goulet when I started because when I played, so eons ago, Mr. Goulet did it then, and he always said that the chocolates were for your parents and the flowers were for you. But every guy was like, yeah, we don't want flowers. So with the girls, though, you have to decide who gets the chocolate and who gets the flowers. So I think the best thing is, do you want to just give them the flowers and the chocolate and when they come up? Maybe you can just stand here as I'm talking about you. When I call you, I'll just call you at one at a time. There's only 7. There's not 100 people watching. And then your parents are going to want to watch something and have you standing 6 feet away right there. So Marcella, you're first. Aren't you lucky? Yay! Number 13. Okay, so number 13, Marcella Alvarado. I remember in grade 8, Marcella showed up to practice, tryouts, and she impressed me. She had perfect footwork. Whether it was the left-handed or right-handed layups, jump stops, or pivots, Marcy had perfect footwork. Marcella, Marcy as I call her, was dedicated and committed to playing. She was faithful in coming to practice and games. She was quiet and polite, and I think she still is very quiet and polite. Fully understood what I asked, never argued or talked back. And I always tell you stories about girls that I've coached in the past. When I write these grad speeches and I say, so-and-so will always be remembered for this, and I'll never forget when so-and-so did this. I really do mean that. And I just want to say that no matter what happens, every Christmas morning, I will remember one thing, always. It's Marcy's birthday.
I was like, what are you remembering?
Thank you again for being such a positive player and giving 100%. Congratulations. Woo! Number 5, Isabel Robinson, better known as Bella. Bella has always been extremely hardworking. She has always put basketball first and always 100% committed to the team. Bella is the only girl left from what? The grade 8 B team to be playing at the senior level. This shows Bella's determination and stick-to-itness. Bella has always strived to be a better player and a better teammate. She would constantly ask her coaches for things she could do in her own time to improve. The one thing that Bella really works on is her defensive skill. Bella works extremely hard on defense always. One of her specialties was deny defense. She knew how to stick on her check, deny her the ball, and keep her out of the game. I always like your encouraging demeanor and the fact that you had a smile on your face and were always positive. Thank you very much, Bella Robinson.
I'm going. Yeah, manager.
Double zero. Brianna Fletcher, manager. Brianna was a great manager and a huge asset to the team. She always made sure to keep me up to date with who was in foul trouble and if the score table was off on the game score. I am sorry for all the times I yelled at you. I know! When you tell me in the first quarter, Coach, that's Kyla's 3rd foul. You know that I was never mad at you and always thankful that you took your position serious. Brianna's on fire! Okay. Oh, Although Brianna was a great manager, she was also a good player back in the day. And for Brianna, it didn't really matter if she had game. She always played and talked the part. Quick to throw up 3 to 4 threes in the first 2 minutes on the court. Brianna will be forever remembered as the three-point champion at the Glen Eagle Christmas tournament. But in all seriousness, Brianna was a serious and committed player. She worked hard on her game, never missing practice, and always working in spring league and at camps. Unfortunately, after hamstring, finger, ankle, knee, a lot of injuries, she was unable to play in her senior year. I was so thankful that she continued with the team as a manager, as her knowledge and experience as a player is what made her a great manager. Thank you very much. Aww. Do you still have your ball from Glen Eagle? Okay, number 3, Gracie Jorgensen.
Skipping a few people. Oh, she's signed for shorts. Yeah. I planned it.
Okay, I remember in grade 8 when we had our first tryouts. You had already mastered right and left-handed layups. Always quiet and shy and the most technically correct grade 8 basketball player, and yet never 100% sure of yourself. I started calling you Little Gracie, and that name has stuck with you straight through till senior. I always loved your passion, not being a hot dog or a show-off, and just getting physical with other players. And not getting physical with other players. But just your sheer passion to work your hardest for the team and try to never make a mistake. Your passion was deep and internal, but we could always see it in your eyes, and usually running out of your eyes. I love to watch you play junior basketball from the sidelines and see your passion pouring from your face. So many people see that as a weakness, but it isn't. I always remember the passion and concern you had for the team and for you to do your best and the team to do their best. Once little Gracie got to senior, you kept your passion and dug deeper to control it and help the team succeed. I have to tell you that you lived up to all that I expected and so much more. You may not know this, but you were talked about by the coaches at Pitt before you came. We all knew your dad, who was a Pitt Meadows BC Championship team of 1999. This is 1969. Your dad would love that. He was on the championship team of actually it was 1989. 1989. And your mom was a player for one of the best girls team that Pitt ever had. We all wondered what talent this daughter of theirs would be. You did not disappoint, and you helped the Lady Marauders back to top 10 status in the province and back to the provincial championships. Thank you very much.